Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Stef. I'm a psychic business empowerment coach, and I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual people to teach them how to deliberately manifest anything that they want in their personal lives as well as their businesses. I do this through teaching my clients how to have such a high level of awareness around what their limiting beliefs are, their fears, their deeply repressed emotional stuff that they have going on within themselves, and really bringing that up to the light to be addressed and cleared properly and effectively so that they're able to then raise their vibrational frequency and bring themselves into alignment with the things that they desire so that their desires just show up by magic, basically, because it just shows up in a lot of unexpected ways a lot of times. This is how I help people, and I have this video teaching that I want to share with you today that I did back in January 2018, and it all has to do with energy imbalances, because how you manifest really depends on the kind of energy you hold within yourself. So it's really important to understand what energy imbalances are and how they can potentially be manifesting in your life right now. And so this first video teaching is going to speak a little bit on energy imbalances, and over the next few days I'm going to be giving you individual videos that go more in depth around energy imbalances you might specifically have in the different chakras that you have within your body. And I'm talking about the 7 chakra systems, so the chakras that go from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. So I'm going to be going through these teachings day by day to share with you how you may know whether or not you have an energetic imbalance in your chakras, so that way at least you have it in your awareness, and then you can start looking into resources and things that can help you bring those things into alignment. So I really hope that these things help you tremendously, and if you want to stay in touch with me, by all means go to the description of the video and you will see all the links to my Facebook group, my Facebook business page. That's where I do tons of free teachings. And every Friday I do a live video teaching here on YouTube. So without further ado, enjoy the video, and I really hope that you enjoy this and it helps you, and feel free to let me know in the comments below what your thoughts, experience are, your questions. Share whatever you want to share with me in the comments below, because that can always inspire me to create another teaching around that can benefit you even further. So thank you so much and enjoy the video.
So welcome everyone. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today, teaching you all around the importance of chakras, energy imbalances, and energy mastery. What the chakra system is it's this ancient, I guess I would say ancient, this really old like Vedic system where it's like back in India, okay? Back in India, way back in the day, these teachers, I guess, I didn't study this, so if you studied this kind of stuff around chakras and things like that, like power to you. You might know a lot more about these things. I just kind of learned it intuitively and as I went along the way. But they have these 7 chakra points throughout our body, from the crown of our head down to the base of our spine. So we have here our crown chakra, our third eye chakra, our throat chakra, our heart chakra, our solar plexus in our stomach, our sacral, which is near like our reproductive organs for women. And then we have our root chakra, which is at the very base of our spine. Okay, so we have these 7 chakras. These are the ones that people commonly know, because there are other chakra systems that I believe there are like over 40 different points along the body, and these are just points of energy is what they're basically what they basically are, points of energy. So we're going to focus on the one that most people know, which is the 7 energy points going from the top of your head to your butt, basically. Okay, now these chakra points, I've taught about this in my group, but what these chakra points do is each one is connected to certain areas of your life, certain issues you may be dealing with, struggles, and they develop in order. So when we are born, we first develop our root chakra, which is the one at the base of our spine. It's the very first one, and this root chakra is all to do with survival instincts. It's about getting our needs met. It's about feeling safe, and this is what develops first, because as babies, we need our caretakers to make us feel safe, to provide for our needs, to make sure that we're fed, that we're clean, we're warm when we're cold, all of these different things to take care of us. As we grow older, then we develop the next chakra, which is, or it's activated, we develop the sacral chakra. So that's one near the reproductive organs for women and stuff, but men still have it in the same place. And this one is all around, usually like when you're older, sexual energy. It's around feeling worthy, receiving abundance. it's around these kinds of issues. And then expressing emotions as well. So that's when you like are able to allow yourself to really cry or be angry and stuff. And that's interesting because it kind of goes along with like the terrible twos, when kids are like really expressing their emotions like big time during that time when that next chakra gets activated. Then as we get older, we develop our solar plexus chakra. And that has all to do with like personal power, like doing things, feeling confident, understanding like who you are, kind of developing that personality. That is what that solar plexus chakra is all about. So it's exercising your willpower to create, to make things. And then as you get older, then you develop that heart chakra, which is all around giving and receiving love and balance. It's allowing yourself to be loved, to love others. It's also like being able to feel good about receiving. And when I'll talk more about blocks in just a second, okay? Then as you get older, you develop your throat chakra. So your throat chakra is all around like expressing yourself verbally, speaking your truth, so saying what you really think and feel. It's allowing your creativity to come forward as you speak, as you write. This is what the throat chakra has all to do with. And then you develop your third eye chakra. Your third eye chakra is all around your intuition, psychic abilities, like a greater consciousness. That's what that third eye chakra is about. And then as you go to the last one, the crown chakra, this is all around like your beliefs, it's connected to your ego. It's the thought patterns. It's also connected though to the universal consciousness, to all that is, and knowing that you're connected to everything, to be able to, if you allow yourself to transcend the ego and see how you can let go of suffering and to be your true self and that kind of thing, right? So they all have different reasons why they exist. They're all connected to different things, and a lot of times, they're interconnected because all of these energy points reside within our body. And, when you work on one, sometimes it helps the other, and so on and so forth. Just like, your hand is connected to your forearm, it's connected to the rest of your arm and stuff. Like everything is interconnected always. So what I want to talk to you guys today about chakras is that everything is energy, okay? Every single thing in the world, whether it has life in it or not, is energy. We are energetic beings. And so our reality, the reality in which we live in, the things that we experience, whether it's things that we want to experience or not, that is a product of the energy that we are carrying within ourselves. Because the energy that we are radiating, that we are putting out there, is going to naturally attract things that are a match for our energy. So if there are things in your life that you do not want, whether it's like bad relationships, whether it's financial struggles, it's health issues, it's not getting the results that you want in your business, it's always manifesting like really horrible bosses, whatever it is that just shows up in your life over and over and over again, that you're kind of sick and frustrated of dealing with, you don't want to have anymore, that is because it keeps coming into your life because on some level your energy is a match for that thing. And it's a match for that thing that is so uncomfortable for you, that is causing you stress and overwhelm, worry, anxiety, because you have an energy imbalance. So in somewhere along the way in these 7 points of energy, there are imbalances in you that you're not aware of. And as a result, you continue to have this energy imbalance, which continues to attract more of the things that you don't want, that you're ready to get rid of. So if you want to stop seeing these difficult situations, if you want to improve your situation, or maybe you feel like you have a pretty good life, and you're fine with it, but yeah, maybe you would like something better. Well, you're unable to get to that higher point, because your energy is only acclimated or is only prepared for a certain level. So maybe you think, well, I have a really good life. I'm fine. I have all my needs taken care of. I have pretty good friends. I have a pretty good relationship. Yeah, maybe my house could be bigger or nicer. Maybe I could do this and that, but I'm okay. But if you do want more, that's because this stuff is at a higher level of energy. So there are some minor blocks here that you need to clear out and you need to let go of in order to raise your energy and get yourself back up here so that these things that you want start coming into your life. Because the only reason that the things that you desire are not coming into your life is simply because you're not a match for them. So how do I explain that? I explain this in the sense of, if you've ever had a radio and you turn to a radio station, right? You're turning the dial trying to get the exact radio station. Well, the only way for you to get the radio station that you're trying to pick up is if you get at that exact radio frequency, or whatever, not frequency, but the number station that you're looking for. Otherwise, it's not going to come in clear. You're not going to be able to hear it at all, maybe, right? So that's what you need to do. You need to turn your frequency or your energy to a certain place in order for you to receive that music or receive the things that you desire. Otherwise, you're going to keep missing, or it'll just take a lot longer than it needs to, and it does not need to take so long, right? So the reason that we really need to make sure that we're always aware of these energy imbalances and to clear them is so that the energy can flow through us with total ease and grace. So because we are energetic beings, and if you share my spiritual beliefs, you know that the Creator, the universe, Source, God, this greater power, the Creator is energy. It's a very, very high vibrational energy. It's the energy of unconditional love and acceptance. So this energy is constantly flowing through everything, and it's flowing all the time. Energy is passing through us, around us, in us, through us, around us. It's always everywhere. The energy is always trying to come through us in some way, come to us, right? So in order for you to be able to receive the things that are always constantly coming to you, you have to really clear away any energy blocks that are preventing you from receiving it. So think of it as like a gust of wind or something, or like, have you ever seen, what is it called? Star Trek or something? Star Trek. You know, when they're in space and they're against some enemies, they all of a sudden put up a shield to protect themselves from getting hit on with the missiles or whatever, these kinds of things. Well, okay, it's like things are trying to come to us, but we have shields up that don't allow for us to receive the things that we desire. So we have shields up a lot of times because we've suffered a lot of negative experiences in lives. We've been hurt, we've been betrayed, we've been made to feel like we're not good enough to receive it, like we're not worthy. We've been made to feel a lot of negative things about ourselves and to believe a lot of things about ourselves that are bad, so that this feeling, these emotions are kind of like a shield that don't allow for all of that good energy, that good stuff to come to us. We block it. We totally block ourselves off from that. And that's because we're not aware of the imbalances that we're having. So what causes energy imbalances is, as I said, it can be trauma. And trauma is totally subjective. So you didn't necessarily have to have passed through something really horrific in order to feel like you experienced trauma. Trauma is subjective. You choose what feels traumatic for you. So what feels traumatic for people is just some situation that they perceived as very, very negative, and it caused this like big impact in them. You know, it really, really affected them on a really deep level. So as I've explained in previous videos, you know, if you were wealthy, you come from a wealthy family, but your rich parents never paid attention to you, that could be a trauma for you. Even though you had everything provided for you, the fact that you didn't receive that love and that nurturing, that attention, that could be very traumatic for you. And as a result, because you didn't receive those basic needs that you needed as a child, of your parents being there for you, comforting you, loving you, supporting you, all of these different things, you probably have, you know, you're on one end, one extreme or the other. So you're probably like very selfish, very narcissistic or whatever. You don't trust people. You treat people like trash or whatever. Or you could be like very insecure, you know, timid, all of these different things where you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, all because this issue caused these deep traumas in you. Now, you can have like legit things that happen to you, legit, because I said it's subjective. So, you can have gone through things like sexual abuse, physical abuse, poverty, like major poverty, or maybe your family was homeless for a time or something like that, like really deep stuff, or divorce. All of these things that have caused trauma within us, they create major imbalances in our chakra system, especially if it really happened when you were really young, which most of the time it does. Then it really causes some major imbalances in your first 3 chakras. And usually those are the first 3 that most people need the most support on, because these are the first 3 that are formed when we come into existence, right? When we're born and as we grow up. These are the 3 that have usually the most trauma stuck in them. And that trauma energy is very powerful energy, and it causes really big, powerful imbalances. So if, for example, your parents got divorced at a young age when you were young, and it really impacted you, how you saw maybe arguments, you didn't understand what was going on, maybe one of your parents stopped being in your life after that, and you were made to feel like, oh my God, like just my parents divorced and now this parent is no longer in my life. And like, as a child, you don't understand the situation fully a lot of times because you're too young to really get it. You take things personally because a lot of times we don't have parents that explain to us the situation and comfort us and give us that emotional support that we need. Most people don't have emotional intelligence. They really don't know what they're doing, and they don't know how to guide their children through it. So as a child who doesn't receive that guidance and that support from an adult who knows how to give it, the child then internalizes that and then feels like, oh my God, my parents no longer around. It's because they don't love me, because something was wrong with me. Maybe I'm the reason that they got divorced. I'm to blame and this and that. So you internalize it, and then you feel like you're not any good, that something's wrong with you, all of these different things, and it causes major shifts, major imbalances in your sacral chakra, usually around self-worth, and your solar plexus chakra, right? And so these 2 chakras, when they have these deep emotional wounds, as you grow older, you're more than likely going to manifest relationships that don't work out, because that's a trauma that you have. So your partners, things may be well for a while, and then eventually you go and fall back into the same pattern where you split up. You split up, maybe you feel like that person suddenly breaks up with you, maybe that person leaves you, all because as a child, you experienced divorce, and from that divorce, one parent kind of disappeared, and that was an abandonment issue. So as you have that abandonment trauma in your energy, and as a result, you manifest relationships in which you feel like you're abandoned out of nowhere later on, right? They end suddenly, and then that person leaves you, and then you're left deeply hurt. And this will play out maybe not just in your romantic relationships, but in your friendships. Maybe you'll have friendships that suddenly end like that. And you're left wondering, like, what happened? What did I do wrong? Why does this keep happening to me? Because again, it's in your energy. You keep believing that because it's deeply ingrained. So you believe that to be true. So you will, with your energy, manifest situations and bring people into your life who are going to help you repeat more of that stuff until you clear that imbalance. And then you're able to bring in people who will stay around, who will love you, who will accept you. Now, this isn't always the case for everyone. There are people that have gone through this kind of trauma that actually manifest really amazing people, but that's because we are here to learn different lessons. That's another spiritual topic, right? So it's not clear cut all across the board. Everyone's going to deal with this. Don't want you to think that at all. We're all here to learn different lessons, but more often than not, when it's in your energy, it's deeply in your energy and your belief system, then more than likely you are going to manifest that into your reality because you have that imbalance. And until you clear it, it's just going to stay there. So you can have imbalances, for example, in your ability to succeed, to do things. Because maybe as a child, every time you created something, an adult or someone that you looked up to for support put you down and felt like you weren't, doing things right. Or that your work was, stupid or not good enough. And maybe you were made fun of. Or these different issues where people just always picked on you and just made you feel like you're no good at anything. You can't achieve anything. Who are you to believe that you can achieve things like that? So as a child, if you're treated in this way, then you will have that kind of trauma as to, I'm not good, I suck, other people are better than me, I'm incapable, I always need someone to help me, I always need someone to be there for me, because I can't do it on my own. But then later on down the road, as you grow up, maybe you decide you want to be an entrepreneur, and as an entrepreneur, you're going to have to do things on your own a lot of times. But because you still have that deep trauma in you, thinking that you can't do things alone, thinking that you're not any good, so you need someone to help you because you're not capable of succeeding on your own, you may start to look for someone to be a partner with you in whatever projects you have because you don't fully believe in your capacity. So there's nothing wrong with getting partners in a business, not at all. But when you're doing it for the wrong reasons, when you're doing it because you think that you are going to fail if you do it on your own, then that's the kind of energy that you're putting into the business, and you might attract negative situations as a result because the energy is not aligned. Other negative things could potentially happen with that partner, that business partner. You might get discouraged and not find anyone because the universe is trying to teach you a lesson in that you have the power within yourself to be able to do it and to not rely on someone to help you, that kind of thing. That's again with lessons, so we're not going there today. But, this is all because your solar plexus chakra has blocks around you believing in your capacity to succeed, to be able to move forward and do things on your own, because you still have those deep traumas and deep negative limiting beliefs around not being able to do things for yourself, right? So that's how these energy imbalances can show up in our lives. They can be created. And so when we have these negative experiences, not only do they create emotional trauma, energy imbalances within our chakra system, but they also help us create these limiting beliefs. So the limiting beliefs are, that I can't do this, I'm not any good, people will laugh at me, people will reject me, I'm not good enough, will anyone show up? It's that kind of thing that keeps showing up in your mind over and over and over again, that you keep thinking, like, I can't possibly do that, who will want to pay me that much? All of these thoughts that keep coming to you, that keep kind of putting you down and making you feel bad. That's, a limiting belief trauma is what I feel it's called for me. So you have limiting beliefs and you have emotional trauma as well. So deep wounds, things where you experience like deep hurt, fear, anger, sadness. It's these kinds of things, these negative things that are deeply impregnated in your energy that cause these imbalances. So the universal energy that's always flowing all around us, it cannot pass through our body smoothly and effortlessly the way it's supposed to, because when the universal energy is flowing through us with absolutely no problems, then all the things that we want come to us with so much ease. But when we have all of these imbalances, it's kind of like when you've played, what is it called? Pinballs. The pinball machines. You have the ball and you're trying to hit it and the ball goes here and it goes there and it goes this and that way. Because there are so many imbalances. So it's not going to go and flow into your body. It'll be a struggle. It'll maybe take longer than it needs to. It'll be harder than it needs to be. So it's all of these imbalances that don't allow for things to flow into our lives. And life is a struggle. It's much more difficult than it needs to be. So it's really important for you to really understand that you need to be able to manage your energy and to clear away those blocks in order for the energy to pass through and for the things that you want to enter your life more easily. So if you want that raise that you want, that house that you've been dreaming of, that relationship, you want to improve your health, all of these amazing things that you want, they're yours. But you have to shift your energy because, as I said again, everything is energy. And I know for those of you that are just now starting your spiritual path, maybe you're getting into this, maybe what I'm explaining to you is totally new for you, you don't really understand so well, that's perfectly fine. If you're watching this video it's for a reason. It's because you're more than likely meant to go on this path and to go and discover it for yourself. But as you go on this path and you start realizing, you start seeing how as you work on yourself and you shift your energy, your reality literally shifts with you. It changes because you're attracting to your life what is compatible with your energy. So, in order for you to have a life that is full of ease and joy and prosperity and fun and love and all of those amazing things that you want to have, you can have them, but you gotta clear away those blocks that are still in you energetically. You have to clear that away. And if you were raised in a family where people struggled all the time, they felt like they had to work really hard in order to succeed. They felt like you had to earn the right to be happy, or you had to earn whatever, that big house or whatever, and had to work really hard for it. If you were raised in a kind of family that shared those kinds of values with you, I'm not saying there's anything bad with that. Of course, we need to make our living honestly and, without hurting anyone. But they also passed on to you these limiting beliefs of how life needs to be hard. You need to struggle. You need to work really hard. And when you're working really hard, especially as a business owner, all day, every day in your business, and you think, I need to sit, and do this all day long in order to be successful, in order to earn my money, then you're basically, even if it's your own business, it's basically like working a 9 to 5 for someone else still. Because you're going to be stuck all day working on your stuff, and you're not really going to be able to allow yourself to enjoy maybe time with your family, to go learn new things, to do all these other things that you initially wanted to bring into your life from starting a business. Because you have those mental blocks still, those mindset blocks that you received as a child. So it's your responsibility as an adult to clear away those mindset blocks, those emotional trauma blocks, and any other kinds of blocks you may have in order to clear the energy and allow that energy to flow through you again, and for everything to flow to you with ease. That's your responsibility as an adult, to learn how to master your energy, to learn how to notice when your energy is off, when things are wanting to come up for you to be released, and to actually know how to work through them in order to release them more quickly and move on with your life rather than keep yourself stuck. Because when you have these imbalances in your chakra system, and you have these emotional trauma blocks, you have these mindset blocks, and they're blocking you, well, guess what? You're going to make your life much more difficult than it needs to be. You're going to repeat lessons over and over and over again that don't allow you to move forward. They actually keep you back, or they push you all the way back because you haven't cleared it. When you clear this energy, then you can allow yourself to advance. But otherwise, it's stagnant. It's stagnant. You can have stagnant energy that's not really moving. It's just really slow. And if you think about stagnant energy, I compare it to that of a kind of like pond or little ravine or something where the water is meant to flow, but then there's something blocking it. And then it just kind of builds up and it festers because the water's not really moving. So then you start getting all of these bugs and all of this debris and all of this stuff, and it might start smelling. There might be like flies that start coming over, and it's just really disgusting because it's not flowing. It's not allowing for that natural movement to happen. That's what stagnant energy does, So when you have an energy imbalance, it can be stuck energy or it can be just really low vibrational energy. But either way, they're holding you back in life, this energy. It's, as I said, if you, for example, keep manifesting people who betray you in life, and you realize this, like this happened in your childhood, this happened in your friendships, in your relationships, and people keep betraying you, then what ends up happening is you have this mindset belief of, oh my God, it's not safe to trust people because they can betray me. So I have to keep to myself. The only people I can trust are maybe like my siblings, my immediate family. That's it. So you don't allow yourself to have friends. You become an introvert. When you don't allow yourself to trust other people, you close yourself off. You feel like you're not safe. And when you feel like you're not safe and you close yourself off to that divine universal energy, then guess what? All of that love and abundance and all of those amazing things that God or the divine is trying to send to you, you don't allow yourself to receive it because you are blocked off. You are literally creating an invisible wall where you cannot allow yourself to receive those things. And that's what keeps you stuck. You could potentially grow in your business or in your personal life or career much more quickly, but because you feel you have these blocks around, not trusting, and you just kind of want to protect yourself, you don't allow yourself to receive either, right? And then you don't allow yourself to receive maybe that raise, that new job position, or you don't allow yourself to take your business to even higher levels. You grow slowly, progressively, but with a lot of stress and effort, and it doesn't need to be that way. Businesses can grow dramatically from one year to the next, but if you are blocked in any way, then you're going to make that not possible for you. It's going to be slow and progressive and maybe a big struggle for you, right? So this is why it's really important for you to be mindful and recognize when the blocks are coming up for you, to know how to clear them and release them so that you can learn how to master your energy, so that as you clear them, you bring yourself back into alignment. So going again with the river metaphor, right? It's like you're going downstream to abundance, downstream to the ocean. Okay, the ocean is vast and everything. That is what I equate to the creator. The creator is this big, vast ocean, and you are this river headed to the ocean. But when you are with these energy blocks, it's like you have, rocks here and trees there, and the water's just not flowing easily. Or maybe you have like a complete dam that doesn't allow the water to flow to that divine abundance, and you hold yourself back. Or maybe something happens and you just take yourself out of the river and you're not in that flow. So you need to be very mindful about your energy so that you can bring yourself back into this flow and take yourself downstream where everything just happens with ease. It literally can be easy if you allow yourself for it to be that way.
I really hope that you enjoyed this first video. The next video is going to be on the root chakra, so stay tuned for that. And if you really did enjoy this video, make sure that you gave this video a like, a thumbs up. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel so that you never miss out on any other video teachings that I upload to this channel. I'm going to do my absolute best to just upload them as much as possible because I create tons of content on Facebook, but I really wanted to be more present on YouTube because I really want to make a bigger impact and share this information with those of you who might really need it at this time and who could benefit greatly from it. So if you know of anyone else who could benefit from this information, please share this video with them and spread the knowledge and really help make a positive difference in their lives as well. So that's basically it. Thank you so much for your time. Again, go to the description of this video for links to my free Facebook group, to my business page on Facebook, and for any other freebies that I might have for you in the comments below. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.